Hi, my name is Peter. I like motorcycles and motorcycle camping. This is a quick review of the panniers that are made by Royal Enfield, and I'm using them on my Himalayan 450. I just got back from an attempt to ride the Idaho BDR, and you can check out that video. But I had some thoughts about these boxes, and I really wanted to share them with you because I didn't find a lot of information online about them before I bought it. And I relied on the fuzzy biker who seems to really like them, but I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of these boxes and why I probably wouldn't buy them again. Let's start with the pros. They're very solid. They have these very good locks, and the locking mechanism is good. And so to begin with, I was quite impressed with them. Okay, good solid boxes. You can strap more things on top, and so there's room for, maybe you want to put your tent there, or you have some other options. So that's great. I like that. The very first thing, sorry, I have to jump right into the negatives because other than being solid and locking, which is like the minimum you would want from a box, they started to fail me in many ways. So let's start with what's inside. Open that up. I'm going to open that up. I got to be gentle because on both of them, these wires failed like on the first day. That was the very first thing that failed, and that goes in this little clip here. And I've tried to, you can unbolt that easily, and I've tried to put it back in, but it kind of broke. And that really, you could probably fix that somehow, but I haven't figured that out. So that was the first thing. Both sides broke. When the box is jingling like that, you can see there's some movement, and the hinge is starting to bend. So that was a problem. All the way on the trip, I had to be super careful about not dropping that box and bending it. Second is the mounting attachment. This side fits over the rail, and this twists around. You have a hand thing here that you can tighten, and it also has a 14mm nut on it. I always used a wrench to tighten it. Okay, so let's compare it to the Jivvy boxes that I've used. So here's a 33-liter Jivvy box. You turn the key, press that button, lift it up, and it pops right off. With this mechanism, if you got the box full of stuff, you're really going to have trouble taking the box off full. You're going to have to at least get rid of some of the things in it before you can take the box off. This box, when I ran through not a super heavy rainstorm, but some significant rain, it leaked. I got water inside it, and that was a disappointment. Okay, so I've never had a leak on a Jivvy box. This box has a curve here because when I dropped the bike, the force bent the box. Now, I don't know if that happens on other boxes. It seems to be pretty robust, but because that box has now got a kink in it, the lid cannot close and be watertight. Why did I buy this? I bought this because there are limited accessories available for the Himalayan 450. I wanted to make sure that I got stuff that fit. I bought the rails that fit the bike, and then I needed to buy a box that fit the rails. And there's a lot of different boxes available, but it was really difficult for me to find out whether or not they would fit on my Royal Enfield rails. It seems like every box manufacturer also makes their own rails and mounting systems. So matching rails, mounting systems, and boxes is a bit of a puzzle that I was unable to resolve. Prior to using these boxes, I had my cheap eBay soft luggage, and one of the reasons why I wanted to get rid of that. When I did my trip to Vernon, which was my first big road trip, the heat from the exhaust melted the bottom of the bag. It didn't put a hole in it, but did heat enough to partially melt my toolkit, which was the heavy part that was sagging, and even inside the toolkit, one of the tools, the plastic handle, got a little bit melted. So I never had a problem with heat coming through these. That's a plus. What do these things weigh? They weigh quite a bit. And they hold 25 liters each, which is the same as the cheap eBay. I still needed to put quite a bit of stuff in other parts of the bike. I ran as light as I could. I'm trying to figure out how to run lighter, but for a backroad discovery route, this was too much weight, and soft bags for the weight at least, never mind the safety factors, would have been a better choice. Do I recommend these boxes? No, I don't. Still don't know the solution for hard luggage on the Royal Enfield 450. I'm going to have to invest a bunch more money and get some better quality soft luggage. Thinking about the Moscow Moto or a Giant Loop, and I'll have to just bite it for that. Yeah, if you find this helpful, if you have some comments, if anybody has these boxes and you've used them and you're happy with them, then feel free to put a comment in. That's about all I got to say about that. Don't forget, every ride is an adventure, and if you like some motorcycle content that's not too polished and professional, maybe you want to subscribe to this channel. If you made it this far, thanks. Okay, bye.